Welcome to the Power School in South Carolina training sessions provided through the Office of Research and Data Analysis Data Collection Team for Power School support. Topics for this presentation are centered on the attendance process, chronic absenteeism, and truancy. Let's begin our session with chronic absenteeism. To ensure we're all on the same page with federal, state, and local laws and/or regulations, let's quickly answer the question, what does South Carolina law say about attendance? In South Carolina, children ages 5 to 17 must go to school. Parents of students in 5K can request a waiver so that 5-year-old students can begin to attend public school when turning 6 on or before September 1st of their birth date. Children can go to public or private school or can be homeschooled. A child should attend school Monday through Friday. Parents or guardians are responsible for their children's attendance and can be fined or put in jail if their children are absent too often. Children who miss too many days of school may face criminal charges for truancy. To give you an overview of the regulation through the State Board of Education, the number 43274 represents where you locate student attendance. The effective date for the latest information, 6/27/2014. Beginning with the 2017-18 school year, a new definition of absent began to be used to identify students who are chronically absent. As part of the implementation of the Every Student Succeeds Act, districts and schools are required to report to the South Carolina Department of Education the number of students who are chronically absent each year. According to the United States Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights and EDFACS, an absent student is one who misses 50% of the instructional day for any reason, and regardless of whether the absence is excused or unexcused. In other words, students must attend class for at least half of the instructional day to be considered present for that day. Using this new definition, the Education Facts requires states to report the number of students in each district and school who are absent at least 10% of the time during which they are enrolled in a particular school or district. More specifically, students who are enrolled in the same school for an entire academic year and miss 18 or more days, which is 10%, will be considered chronically absent. The total number of chronically absent students will be included on district and school report cards and reported through EDFACS. Let's clarify with an example. Say any student in grade K through 12 misses 50% or more of the instructional day for any reason, and 10% of the enrollment period. Look at a student who's been enrolled for 30 days. This student missed 2 half days of instruction and 1 full day of instruction. This gives a total of 3 days missed. This meets the 10% threshold of 30 days with the 3 days absent. These calculations are taking place in the background as absences are entered into PowerSchool and processes are run to provide the reports. For a little more clarification, let's look at the 10% based on the individual student's enrollment period. The calculation formula, total days absent divided by the current membership days multiplied by 100 gives us absent percentage. So if a student is absent 4 days, you divide the total days absent by the current membership multiplied by 100, and you get 10.81%. That's over 10%, so the child would be chronically absent. The child who's 4 days absent for 41 days multiplied by 100 is equal to 9.76. That student is no longer chronically absent. So what if at 180 days a child missed 21 days? The total days absent, 21, divided by 180 times 100 equals 11.66, over 10% chronically absent. All types of absences contribute to chronic absenteeism. Excused, unexcused, suspensions, some folks call them lawful, unlawful, all of these are included. A student is absent if he or she is not physically on school grounds or is not participating in instruction or instruction-related activities at an approved off-grounds location for the school day. Throughout the COVID-19 event, students were still accountable for attending their classes virtually based on the school and district policies set in place, which continued to follow the chronic absenteeism guidelines provided. Again, note, chronic absenteeism includes any absence from an instructional setting. Let's hop over to the PowerSchool Chronic Absenteeism page. From the Start page, select a student. Then from the left column, click on State Province SC. From the South Carolina State Information page, click the link for Chronic Absenteeism. From that link, you'll see the Chronic Absenteeism page. Noting the image displayed, you see how the Chronic Absenteeism page looks before running the Chronic Absenteeism update process. Before you can process accurate numbers for your students, you must have accurate attendance set up and accurate information entered into your instance of PowerSchool. With that understanding, let's step through running this chronic absenteeism process. Generally, it's set to run automatically each night for your district administrator. So we'll go to the Start page in PowerSchool, click on System Reports. From there, find the State Reporting tab and click. Then look at Chronic Absenteeism Update Process. Select your school from the Select School scroll box and click Submit. The Chronic Absenteeism Update process will flag students identified as chronically absent. The student must meet the following requirements to be flagged as Y, yes, for chronically absent. That student must be enrolled at a school for at least 10 membership days to be included in the calculation. This is important to remember. A student will be flagged as Y, or yes, chronically absent, if attendance recorded in PowerSchool reaches or exceeds the 10% threshold of absent membership days. Absences will include excused, unexcused, and/or out-of-school suspensions. Out-of-school suspensions. A student's considered absent if not present 50% or more for the school day. Note the two processes, SC37 and then the SC38 Chronic Absenteeism School Report, are both located on your State Reports page. This process is included in the Custom Reports section. You may or may not have access to this page. Talk with your PowerSchool administrator at the district level if you need access and don't have it. Let's review the output of the SC38 Chronic Absenteeism School Report for January 16, 2018 for school SIDN 12345, which is a Test Elementary School number 33. The school has been in session for 91 days. We see there are 2 students who meet the definition for CA on this date, 6/5 6596 and 3422. Student number 6596 is an inactive first grader as indicated by the enclosed parentheses on student name. As of this date, he had been in attendance for 12 days. Of those 12 days, he had 3 excused absences and 1 out-of-school suspension absence for a total of 4 days. CA counts days a student has missed instruction for the days in membership. Therefore, this student has an absence percentage of 33.33, which identifies him as chronically absent. Student number 3422, Mia Help, is an active third grade student who's been enrolled in this school since this year began, 91 days in membership. Of those days, she has been absent 11 days for an absence percentage of 12.09. This percentage is more than 10, so she's considered a chronically absent student. This screenshot displays an updated information for absences, days in membership, and the absence percentage to denote whether the student's considered chronically absent or not. You'll need to process this report after attendance records have been completed for the day in order to have accurate information. This view of the chronic absenteeism page displays student attendance data that are updated through the chronic absenteeism process. Note once again, PowerSchool calculates chronic absences by dividing the total number of days absence by the current membership days multiplied by 100, and this page shows that Anna, a fourth grader, was chronically absent as of 4/10/28. The Y indicates yes. The membership days flagged is 169. The current number of membership days for the school is 180 days, which tells me we're viewing a student record after the school year is ended. Anna was enrolled for the entire year. By day 169, she'd accumulated 27 total days absent. At the end of the school year of 180 days in membership, her current absent percentage was 15%. Note, historical records can display a different status based on the data that were available at the time the update process was run. The next part of our session will deal with the topic truancy. When students are categorized as chronically absent, oftentimes they're also reported as truant students. We can view the definition of truancy in South Carolina online at that link on the bottom of your slide. Note https://ed.sc.gov, etc. The Office of Student Intervention provides this information for you. Children in South Carolina ages 6 to 17 must go to school per the South Carolina State Board of Education's guidelines. Children can go to public, private, or can be homeschooled. A child should attend school Monday through Friday. Parents and guardians are responsible for their children's attendance. They can be fined or put in jail if the student's absences are too great. Children who miss too many days of school may face criminal charges for truancy as well. So a child is considered truant if he's between the ages of 6 and 17 and has accumulated unexcused absences on 3 consecutive days, or has accumulated a total of 5 or more unexcused absences during the academic year. Note the emphasis on unexcused. Only full day unexcused absences contribute to truancy. Excused absences and suspensions are not counted and do not affect truancy. A student's attendance record is a major concern to educators, and as such, the SBE, State Board of Education, recognizes that truancy is primarily an educational issue. All reasonable, educationally sound corrective actions should be undertaken by the school district prior to resorting to the juvenile justice system. The truancy data reporting regulations are located in State Board Regulation 43-274 under student attendance. Again, the link on this page will take you directly to that document. Regulation requires that attendance data are accurately recorded for each student for each day and each school year. PowerSchool is currently the student information system. As such, it is the primary source of truancy records. Accurate setup for attendance and truancy reporting are necessary for accurate data results. Therefore, we emphasize the importance of your verification of all individual students' data. Keep in mind, each school must currently use PowerSchool to maintain its truancy data, and truancy reporting must be coded using the Incident Management module in PowerSchool. State Board of Education regulations provide this list of both lawful and unlawful absences. Note, lawful absences caused by a student's own illness, absences due to an illness or death in the student's immediate family, absences due to a recognized religious holiday of the student's faith, absences due to activities that are approved in advance by the principal. Suspension is not to be counted as an unlawful absence for truancy purposes. Unlawful absences, these are the ones that count. Absences of a student without the knowledge of his or her parents, absences of a student without acceptable cause with the knowledge of his or her parent. All of these absences are based on Regulation 43-274 on student attendance. The Truancy tab displays student truancy data that are updated through the Truancy Update Process Report, very similar to the process report for chronic absenteeism. The Truancy Update process updates the absence information and records full day absences for unexcused, excused, and out-of-school suspension, OSS, on the Truancy tab. In order to update data on the Truancy tab, you will need to run the Truancy Update process on the State Reports page. From the South Carolina State Information page, you will click on Truancy, which is listed as one of the many custom pages specific to South Carolina data collection. When you click on that Truancy link, the Truancy page will display. Note all the tabs are available for quick access to other pages. Truancy stands out as the Truancy tab. This slide gives us steps to follow for the Truancy Update process. When you're logged in at the district level, you may select several schools. However, at a local school, you'll only have the current school selection or choice. Notice on the Start page, click System Reports, choose the State Reporting tab, then click on the Truancy Update process. Select the school. If you're at the district level, click Submit. You may select from the list of schools only at the district level. You have many reports to assist you with verifying your data for accuracy. SC Truancy Update process, of course, was just covered, but you have a SC40 Truancy Report by student, the SC41 Truancy School Detail Report, and the SC42 Truancy District Detail Report. The SC Truancy list displays the most recent list of students with truancies upon your processing the data with the Truancy Update process. So how is the Truancy page populated? The information on the Truancy page is populated using the following parameters. The student is between the ages of 6 and 17. The student has 3 consecutive unexcused absences, or the student may have 5 unexcused absences. And the South Carolina truancy update process is run on or after the child's most recent unexcused absence. In most districts, we find the truancy update process is run automatically as a nightly process. What is displayed on the truancy page for a student? Notice in this example, Deshonde Brooke is a 7th grader at TMS 2 school. The student's information, the name, student number, birth date, grade, gender, school and district names. And then up on the right-hand side, you see a list of the student's unexcused absences. And then at the bottom, you see a section that contains the latest date the truancy update process was run, the total full day unexcused absences, and the truancy indicator. This student is flagged as truant, right? On this slide, you see listed the SC40 and SC41 truancy reports. To access them, you go to the Start page, click System Reports, click State tab, and then you'll see those listed. If you want the report by student, as in the data we viewed on the last slide, click on SC40. If you want a school detail report, you would select SC41. This detailed student truancy report provides the information necessary when working with individual students who have a problem with attending school. We can share the data with parents or others who need to know this information. Detailed out, the student name and number, of course, birth date, grade, gender, school and district name, provide a background of demographics. Then the attendance information notes the last updated process, the truancy indicator, the unexcused full day absences, and then look on the right-hand side, the dates for those unexcused full day absences are listed. Then you have the number of unexcused full day absences, OSS full day, and then a total for all absences. Included also are the number of tardies, early dismissal counts, and dismissal counts. To reiterate, the SC40 truancy report by student displays what's reflected on the truancy tab for each student. The report is used to document for parent meetings and court proceedings each individual student's record of absences. The SC41 school detail report displays truant students at the school level that should be coded in incident management as truant. So verify the students are coded correctly in your incident management module. Well, we've come to a close on truancy. Please send any questions you may have to this email address, powerschool@ed.sc.gov, so that a PS team member can respond to your questions. And if we've not covered something you think should have been covered, please send us an email and we will work with updating our information. Thank you.